beloved viewers, back again to Tech Master Academy team, and today, for this particular session, we are going to talk about data backup. And this particular session, we are going to do about data backup. We are going to show you after you have recovered your data, after you have added your new data, how you are going to just back them up again, and so that at least in other times when you lose or experience something like hardware failure or some other inconveniences that may come of data loss, you're going to be able to get your data back again into the system, and you're going to use them as you continue your progress, as you proceed with whatever you're doing in your company, in your institution or organization. And here in Tech Master Hub Academy team, I have the usual people that you usually have been having. These people have been pumping knowledge into our ends, and now we are here to understand today what about the backup. What do they know about the backup? They are generally overseeing the all general backup. And I don't think there's a need of introduction. Go over there, Mr. Anta, Madam Winnie, and Mr. Shadow. And here I'm the director now. We can dive into backup. Guys, it is backup. We have the data now lost, we have now the data recovered back again. And this data, simply because we have lost it and we have regained it again, we have recovered it. We have to back it up again now.
Yeah, since we are not sure that we are going to retain it forever. We might lose it again.
Yeah, something may happen just in the course of these things, and you may find out you're losing your data again. You may find out your follows and everything else is just again lost. We want to dive in and try to understand how can we put this data again into the system, whereby in case of something like this, you are going to recover them back again.
Maybe I should begin by saying we are here now trying to back up your recovered data. So if at any moment you have begun this video and you have not yet recovered your data, you might find it useful to go to the previous video, and use the tools and contact us. In case of anything you experienced, you can even contact us and we can help you with that as Tech Masters Academy. And now, as we enter into backup, you have the files now, so we are going to back them up and guide you in the tools that you are going to use in backing up.
This is an amazing one, and my viewers or our viewers, we are just going to tell you about data backup today. And let me ask, and to this simple and the regular question that people do ask: how do we go about backup? How do I back up my data? No, if someone is outside there, he's not in tech, he's in other field. Maybe he's a lawyer now, he has files from their clients and they want them to back up their data. So in case of a case is called on maybe 2030, they can be able to retrieve their data back and go for the case. How do you do about data backup?
Okay, talking about that data backup, we have various methods of data backup. Just to mention, we have full data backup. And when we say full data backup, is whereby you copy the full data, all data that you have in your company, let it be documents, photos, maybe records, maybe databases. You copy them all and back up maybe in a cloud storage or in an external storage, maybe drive. And now by doing this, you make sure that you have a full copy of the whole organization data.
So Mr. Godfrey is trying to talk about where you are having a hard disk drive somewhere, or just a USB somewhere, or an external storage somewhere.
Maybe in the cloud.
Maybe in the cloud, or just something that is hardware. It just gets your all data that is in the system now. You just copy it into that particular system now, and then just keep it as a copy of what you have in the PC. So in case of the PC, just something happens, meaning you're going to have a copy on your hard drive, or maybe you externally kept it in the cloud. That's what he's trying to mean. Yeah. So our viewers, just you can decide on what you want to do. If you want to do on the hardware thing, if you want a hard drive, or maybe you want the cloud one. So you get that copy, the full compact
data of your organization.
The full compact of the data of the organization, then, and keep it somewhere else.
Apart from the site now where you are working at.
Wonderful. And now I want to ask this simple question, whereby this organization is producing data daily. It's having data daily that is produced. You cannot be having that copy daily on basic days.
Now, that is where we use differential.
Yes.
In differential, if you choose to use the differential method of differential backup, that is where now you make a full backup from the last made backup. You see? Yeah, you make a full backup from the last made backup.
There's also another method, that is incremental method. incremental method of backing up your data. This is done after in every changed data, you use that method. Yeah. Every copy of data that has been changed, you use the incremental method to back up your data. And data backup is all about creating copies of data in different, maybe internal or external, use of internal or external backups in or within your PC.
To add on this, incremental is, you see now you have backed your data, but you know changes occur daily. So incremental, what it does, it ensures that the changes that you have made, they are backed. But no, we are not doing the full backup, remember? Because we have already done the first one. Now, what we have to do is just we update the backup to ensure that the changes that we have made, they are well taken care of. And talking about...
I don't know if you can allow me to oppose what our Winnie has said. Viewer, you can also support me on this, that if I ask you right now, have you backed up your file? You tell me, yes, I have made backup of my files. And then I ask you, where are your backups? You can never tell me it is in this partition or it is in this folder, other than the original is in this folder that is outside here. So matters about internal backup, please do not do that, because in case of maybe outages and what we discussed earlier on the first session on data loss, if you in a way you lose the data, then I ask you, where did you back up it? It is still on the same area. So you see that you have not backed up.
Amazing one. They are talking about the full backup, the incremental backup, and you talked about something before.
Differential.
The differential backup. This is whereby you just back up from where you left. Where you left.
Full one, not just modifying or backupping the files that have been changed. No, the whole of it.
The whole of it.
But since the last one.
Since the last one.
Yeah.
And why is differential and incremental?
In a way they are relating, but they are very, very different. Because in differential, it is a full one from the previous one. From the previous full. But incremental, you just back up what has been changed. Let's say you have two files, for example. You have one that is which has user data. Let's say it has a user phone number and their names. And the other one has bank records. The bank records will change, right? Now, you back up just the bank record since it has changed. That is incremental. But you do not back up the same personal files that had the names and phone number, because that has not changed.
That is, what is meaning is the incremental method comes before or after the differential.
So we basically have full backup from that point, and then we have differential method from this point, and then we have incremental on this particular point. And we are expanding them from being different three methods of having this backup. And our viewers, you can choose on what you're going to do, if you're going to do. And I think they can just dive into three of them. Because when you do
strategies,
you can dive into full backup, you go to differential backup, and when you go to incremental backup, if it is the right thing to do. Because we want your data to be secure.
I would actually add on that and say that what matters, there are some qualities that you choose, like maybe full from differential, from incremental. Like, let's say you have a limited space. You can never have full every time. You will do incremental because you have a limited space. You cannot copy all files again and upload them, and you do not have that much space to spend on. So you have to think of matters such as how much space you have, so that you can choose the type you want to use, either incremental, either differential, or full system.
I'm liking the session. You viewers, I don't know about it. You can type even the question on the comment section. The Tech Master Hub Academy is here to answer all these questions about backup. Maybe it's something you have not touched on, and you would like us to touch on. You just type it in the comment section and make us learn, and let us enlighten ourselves on these types of backup, because we need to secure our data. We need our data to be in a secure place, whereby you can retrieve them the way and every time that you need to use them. What else do you need to touch on backup?
we have talked about the ways of backing up,
Yeah.
right? But now, we also need to tell our viewers on the different places where you can do your backup.
Yeah.
Because we have different places.
Yeah.
Like we have somewhere we call the cloud storage.
Yeah.
Right? This is where we have the Google Drive, we have the Dropbox, we have the OneDrive of Windows. You see, these places, they are catered by Google. And they are very much pleasant because when you lose your data here, you will be sure that when you attend to that Google place, you will have your data stored, right? And we have many more others. Yeah.
Oh, amazing one. And because I think there's something with backup that we and the viewers need to understand that and get to know more about backing up. We need this data somewhere, and that's why we are backing up.
Other than the cloud,
Yeah.
we also have software. You can use things like Acronis. Acronis are an image you put to your system, to your file, to your USB mostly. Then once you put it in a Windows machine, you can back up the files properly in a well-arranged manner to your file or to your USB, to your hard drive, or to your external storage devices. We have tools like Blackberries, a very good tool. You can also use it for your backup needs. We also have he has also talked about Google Drive, which can also be as a software, which is very very good. In fact, if you are able to download the Google Drive software, other than visiting the browser and the internet, you can have it as a software where you can install it on your Windows machine and connect your file explorer to the Google Drive. Have it as a shortcut to your file explorer. Whenever you want to back something up, you just click the shortcut. It opens something like a file explorer, new file explorer page. Now, if you put any file in there, it is automatically backed up to the Google Drive.
Amazing. To wonder on that, apart from the cloud storage and the software, we also have another very very useful phrase that which we call an external storage. This is the use of USB drives.
Yeah.
Maybe your data from this PC, you can just purchase a USB drive, and then you can have a copy of your data to this USB drive, keep it in a safer place. And remember, one trick on using an external drive, you must make sure that where the backup where this drive is kept, it's not at the same place where your machine are kept. You must keep them in a different place, so that if maybe a natural calamity like fire happens on this area where you are working from, your data can be safe at another place.
Actually, we can also, what he has touched on, I see, is scrapping on 3 to 1 rule, the 3 to 1 rule. And I don't know, can we speak about it, or maybe the 3 to 1 rule in a good and clear picture, in a manner that it is a very very useful thing to know about 3 to 1 rule, because once you use it, it becomes very helpful. It covers all kind of situations, because in every escape in your data backup and recovery, if you are using the 3 to 1 rule, you are very likely to be saved. Yeah.
Hi viewers, our viewers, we are here and getting to understand about the 3 to 1 rule of backing up your data. We are here to understand the full backup. We are here to understand about the differential backup, the incremental backup, and all these you need them so that your data can be safe. You cannot just be having data and then losing them just naturally like that. You just have data and keep them and securing them each and every time that you need them.
My good friend here, Hunter, has just said about the 3 to 1, which is a technique on backing up your data.
Yeah, actually, you can expand to us about the 3 to 1.
Now, the 3 to 1, it simply works in this way, where you have 3 copies of your data. One copy, you save it on the external. Like now we have seen the software, we have seen the cloud, which is more pleasant about the cloud software. Sure. It's more good because you see now the software is still inside your PC, right? Now you have one copy and you store it in your cloud software. That is Google Drive, Google Photos, OneDrive, right? And the Dropbox and whatever. There are many different ones. The second copy, you save it in an external, which we have said external storage. That is a USB. You can use an external HDD, an external hard disk, an external. You can also use a phone. You can just buy a phone and ensure that this is just purely for my storage, right? The other copy now it remains in your PC. So that's about the 3 to 1. You ensure that you have 3 copies, one in the cloud, the second one externally, and the last copy you remain with it in your computer.
What we are reminding you, our viewers, today is that you need to back up your data. You check, have you backed up your data? Go check about your data. Go check about the important maybe certificate that's in your softwares. Go check about the important files and files that you need to be using them maybe regularly in your work. So you can back them up. Back them up somewhere in the cloud, somewhere in the hard drive or external storage. At least you can be safe. You can be on the safer side when you need the data back and something has happened so that it can be lost.
To add something, I could say, we have already given you the ways, so you are very equipped on data backup, on matters pertaining data backup. But we need also to give you types so that these types are good maybe for maintenance and checking if your backup is still alive. Like for example, there is test backup, where you backup just to test if your backup service is ready and working. For example, you can just before you make a full backup, you can just make a simple test backup. Upload a single file, let's say maybe to OneDrive. You can test. Maybe your OneDrive is full and you have never checked. But if you test using maybe one file, you can see that it is full, or the space that is remaining is not enough for you. Now you can make adjustment, and later on maybe pick another option for backups.
Now, talking on the types of backups, we also have another type of backup, that is regular backups. And when we talk of regular backups, we mean by you have to ensure that in your daily tasks, in your weekly or monthly tasks, you ensure that everything that you do is regularly backed up. This is to avoid an incident whereby maybe one day your data is maybe lost, maybe there is, let's say like the case of fire. If you are not been backing your data regularly, that means at some point there are data that will be missing in your records. And now to avoid this, you must ensure that you are regularly backing up your data, maybe on daily basis or on weekly basis, depending on the data that you are handling.
It's going to be amazing when our viewers, you are going to be backing your data regularly and making sure that you are secure from data loss. And it's going to be amazing if in the world of tech, if you're backing your data, because you're not going to be in any panic of losing the data of an organization, institution, industries, and you'll be on safe side, I say. Because when you have the data back again, you are now
You
able
at
to
least have an assurance that even in case of any data loss, I have somewhere I can get my data back.
And actually, when you have a bad data backup, it reduces the data exchange of having stress. Because when you lose data, some of our viewers can attest to that. You get even depression. So when you have a backup somewhere, that depression, it reduces the rate of it.
The world of tech is moving so fast, so we need to master some of these things so at least you cannot be on safe side of the tech. Because if you're not going to be on the safe side, actually you're going to be losing everything that you're gaining each and every day. And let's say the truth that the rate of losing things in tech is faster and higher than even the rate of gaining these things.
Yes, you can lose your data without even your consent. But as long as you've backed up your data, you're well to go.
I think that's all we can have. That's all we had for today about data backup. And majorly because our viewers are tech lovers and we have so much intelligence also because we respect you. We need also, if you have something about backing up of data and other methods, you can just comment on the comment section. We'll be looking at the comment section and getting to know and to learn and later. And also, if there is any other topic that you want us to dive in, you can just type there in the comment section. You can like this video, subscribe and share to friends, share to colleges, share to university, share to even to the places of work that you go, so that even the workers there, they can back up their data legally, so that at least they can be on the safest side. We are Tech Master Hub Academy team, and here we bring you to make the easiest way of tech of living. Thank you.